Hi and welcome to Homespun in Wales. It's Dawn here and it's really nice to see you back again for those who are regular subscribers, and for anybody who's new, thank you very much for tuning in and watching my video. Today I'm doing something slightly different. A lot of people know me for doing machine embroidery, quilting, sewing, general crafts, etc. But today I am going to review this. It's a SewTech magnetic hoop. This was sent to me by the company and they asked me to do an honest review of it. So it's so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I do have another magnetic hoop from a different company that I've been using for many years, but you will have seen it on previous videos of mine, and I always have little issues with it. Issues with it locking into the embroidery arm and staying locked in, and things like that. So this one, it'll be interesting to see how it performs. I will put a link down below. There is also it's an affiliated link, and there's a bit of a discount code as well, just a small discount for anybody who wishes to purchase them. Mine is a Brother Innovis V7 machine. They do these hoops from, I'm going to say, all of the major machines. When you look on their website, all the machines there are listed and all the different hoop sizes are listed. They gave me a choice of hoop sizes. This one is a 5x7. By 5x7 it means this embroidery space here on the red grid is 5x7. Now I chose a 5x7 because that is the most popular hoop I use. I use the 5x7 an awful lot. Even though I have lot bigger hoops for my machine, this is the hoop I tend to use, hoop size I tend to use a lot. So let me tilt the camera down and I will show you a bit more on the hoop. Okay, so these are the magnets from around the side, and they all come off. They are very strong magnets, and as you see they'll all jump together, pull together. Right, so I'll take all them off first. They've got a little lip just there to help you take them off, and there is a lip there along the bottom of the magnet, and let me show you where that lip goes. That lip grips onto the hoop there, so it doesn't slide off the hoop. So, and I thought that's an ingenious design. The other one I've got is just a smooth, a completely solid magnet that goes all the way around, and sometimes trying to line it up is a bit of a pain, but this will line up perfectly every time. It can't go anywhere. So you've got your the guide, the lining up guide. I can't think of the right word for it, and there's the little raised dents there where that will fit on, and there's a little arrow, I don't know if you can see that, which shows you the top. So that's for lining up. The other thing I like is on the hoop itself there's a it's like a sort of a, I don't know what you'd call it, it's like a grippy type coating covering on the hoop itself, and so you're not putting your fabric onto just bare metal or your stabilizer, and so that is going to actually help with gripping the fabric. So, and I thought that was, you know, again, really good. So let's hoop something up. Right, bit of stabiliser. I'm being very frugal with my stabiliser here. So, because the magnets are so strong, you can actually line your stabiliser right up with the edge of the hoop, so you haven't got to allow those inches hanging over. Now I'm doing, I'll pop a little picture in picture here, bucket hats for my husband's business, and this is one of the bands that goes around it, so I'm putting our company logo on it. So I'm lining that up on my hoop. I could use my guide if I was to fold it in half, find the centre. There you go, I've got a centre mark there now, and I could put my guide on, and if I was to draw a centre, actually I'd probably see it better because I'm working on navy fabric and I can actually position it correctly. It was actually in the right position. Going with them. Right, so that is on. Now as you can see, I've not got enough fabric to cover the whole hoop. First off, I'm going to put the stabiliser, clip the stabiliser on, so slide that on, put that one in place. Another one of the long ones. Put that one on in place. So the long ones go on the sides. And if you slide it along, gather up any loose stabiliser and put that on. Right, so that's my stabiliser fitted in position. So these small magnets are what I'm going to use to hold the side of the bucket hat in place. Right, so there, that is now nice and secure and it's not going to go anywhere. The magnets are not going to move, the stabiliser is not going to come off. So let's put it in the machine and see how we get on. Right, we load the hoop in the normal fashion. There we go, it just clicks in as normal. I've preloaded my design. Okay, I've got a basting stitch around it, so it'll stitch out the basting stitch first. Right, let's go again. I noticed I was stitching with a white bobbin thread, so I stopped the machine, switched over the bobbin to a black one. While I'm stitching on dark fabrics, I like to stitch with a dark bobbin thread. And also the camera was vibrating a lot on the table with the embroidery machine. I'm sure you don't want to see the whole design being stitched out, so I'll show you it at the end when it's complete. Okay, it's out of the hoop and it has stitched fine. So what's that little white bit? Don't know what that was right in the middle, but there we go. That's that done. Oh, I'm going to try it with a sweatshirt. This is just an old sweatshirt and I just fancy doing a bit of a design running along the bottom here, a bit like a border. So I'm gonna make a start with the middle one. So I'll pop the camera down. There we go, there's the hoop. Right, I've loaded the design on my machine. So, right, now to keep this in place a bit, I'm just going to pop a couple of the small magnets on, because you know what it's like when you're trying to hoop a garment. The stabilizer always shifts. So a couple of magnets on to hold it in place while I get it positioned. Right, where are we? I think, where's my other magnets? That's the only thing, they stick to anything metal and they're stuck to my ironing board. Right, so back in place there. I'm working in the smallest hooping area possible. Usually I hoop up over on my table. So right, there we go. That is more or less where I want it. So now I can put the big magnets on. And I can actually then take off these small magnets on the inside. There we go. This is just an old scruffy sweatshirt. I just wanted to show what it's like holding the sweatshirt in place, or how easy it is, easier, because you can use the magnets to hold down your stabilizer and to help you get it positioned properly. So there we go. So let's see, my design's going to come there, but I'm going to move it down lower in the hoop. So let's spin you around to the machine. Not in the best place to see there. Right, so like I said, I'm going to move my design down a bit because I want it more down here. Right. Check we've got no garment underneath. That wouldn't be the first time I've done that. Right, off we go. Right, I'm sure you don't want to see me stitch out the whole design because it's a 25-minute design, but I must say I'm impressed at how easy that was to hoop up a garment, and how well it's holding it in place, because usually have I got any sweatshirt material here? No, usually we end up hooping, so let me just grab a hoop. So we end up hooping up the stabilizer, and then we end up floating the garment on top. So, and then you're trying to get the hoop in the right position under the garment, and then you might be pinning and basting and everything to try and hold that in place so it doesn't shift. This is a lot easier. So I am impressed with the magnetic hoops and the hold of it and the ease of use. So I'm going to carry on stitching the design and I'll show you it at the end. Okay, the design is finished. Now there it is. No shifting, no nothing. So I can now just take it out of the hoop. Oh, let me just tilt the camera down a bit. Whoops. So the good points for me are, because I have issues with my fingers with arthritis, and one of the biggest problems I have is turning these, getting things into the hoop and actually locking them in place with this style of hoop. But with these, it is just click and go. You know, it's yeah, they are just click and go. They're really easy. I don't know whether you can get replacement covering if this was to wear off. So I don't know about that. But yes, definitely. And they're very reasonably priced compared to other brands I've seen. The other hoop I've got, which I've had for a long time when magnetic hoops first came out, and like I said, I had issues where it just wouldn't click in properly. I had to keep wedging it, and I've shown that on some of my other videos. And it's an all-over frame that goes on top, so there was always a lot of fiddling and adjusting. Whereas this, I find, oh, I dropped my sweatshirt, is a lot simpler to use. And like I was saying, that other one that I've got, for the price of that one, I could actually buy 3 magnetic hoops for my machine. Now mine's a V7, my machine. It is an older machine, but they do, you know, all the standards, 4x4, 5x7, 6x10 for the machine. So yeah, check them out. There's a link down below. And like I say, you get a little bit of a discount as well. So thank you very much for watching this, and I'll catch up again with you soon.